Hello, my name's Christopher, and today I'm going to show you how to install Dozzle on Cosmos Cloud using BigBearCosmos, a third-party app store. So, a little bit about this series, I'm going over home labs, installing things, getting things set up, everything like that. So, if you're interested in that, subscribe, comment, like, and support the channel, and let's get started. I wanted to let y'all know about the Big Bear community. We just launched a community on community.bigbeartechworld.com. It's based on discourse, so go on there, join it, and say hi. So let's get back to your registered programming. So this is what I'll be installing today, Dozzle. It's a real-time log viewer for Docker containers. This is what it looks like. It's got a nice UI to it. Intelligent fuzzy search for container names, search logs using regex, small memory footprint, split screen for viewing multiple logs, download logs easily, allow stats, memory, and CPU usage, and multi-user authentication with support for proxy forward authorization. So that's what we will be installing today. So now I'm going to start on BigBearCosmos. This is the third-party app store for Cosmos Cloud, and it's maintained by Big Bear Tech World and the Big Bear community. Now, if you scroll down, you'll see all the apps currently supported. I'm working on videos for all these. So I did make a video on how to set up BigBearCosmos on Cosmos Cloud, but I'm going to be going over in this video as well. So we will need to go to Market, Sources, and then Add Source. And we'll need to copy this app URL right here. Then I'm going to go over to my Cosmos Cloud and get it set up. So now I'm going to start on my Cosmos Cloud. And I'm going to go over here to Market. And then now I'm going to come over here to Sources. And then Add Source. And then now I'm going to give it a name of BigBearCosmos. And then I'm going to put the URL that we copied over in BigBearCosmos, and then there we go. And now I'm gonna press save. So now we have the BigBearCosmos apps right here. It says at BigBearCosmos. So I'm going to see if they're all there, and it looks like they are. So we got BigBearCosmos set up. So now I'm gonna start on BigBearCosmos, and I'm going to go over the search and type Dozzle. And then now I'm going to go in the folder. So now you'll see description, and you'll see the name, a description, the long description, and tags, a repository, and the image, the supported architectures, which is AMD 64 and ARM 64 of what the Docker image supports. And then the icon. This BigBearCosmos is a clone-like type to where it brings over from BigBearCosmos and then converts it to BigBearCosmos. So now I'm going to go in the Docker Compose. So the name is Dozzle, and then services, and then the first service is the service name, which is dynamic. The container name is going to be service name as well. And this is so Docker doesn't have to generate a random name for this container. And then the image is come off Docker by default because there's no URL before this. This is the Docker image right here. And then this is Docker image tag. Restart unless stop. So that means if you stop it for any reason, it will not try to restart. But if it fails any other reason, then we'll try to restart. And then volumes are var run docker.sock. And then var run docker.sock on the container. So the host and the container. And this gives it access to the Docker engine. So ports are 8088 and 8088, and that's on the host. And then on the container is 8080. And then the host name is set to the service name. And then the minimum version. So there's also an icon. So that's all the files in BigBearCosmos Dozzle. So now we got the app store set up. So I'm going to go into Market, and then I'm going to go to search right here and type a Dozzle. And now I'm going to go to the Dozzle at BigBearCosmos right here. I'm going to click it. Then I'm going to press install. And now you can customize it too, but I'm going to go with the default and say next. And now it gives you a JSON of what it's going to do, and then create. And what this is doing is it's pulling down the Docker image from the registry, getting extracted, getting up with Docker Compose underneath, because this does use the Docker engine. Then it's also setting up the bind. So we got it installed. So now we need to set up a URL. So I'm going to go into Serve Apps, and then you're going to press the new URL right here. So the way Cosmos Cloud works is you have to proxy into the container. So you have to create a new URL, and then you can name it right here. You can put a description, container name, and then 8080 will be the port, and the HTTP, and then that should be good. So I'm going to confirm and refresh. So now we have a URL set, and if you go on the home, you should see the app right here. So if you want to change that app's name, you go into setup, and then you can change it to Dozzle, and then press save, and then refresh. And now if you go to the home, you can see it just saying Dozzle instead of Big Bear Dash. So we got the URL set up. So now I'm going to go over the app. So I'm going to go into Serve Apps, and then now you can see update, pause, stop, restart, recreate, and then kill. You can also see the ports, and then networks, URLs, auto update, CPU, and RAM. And now you can go into here and you can see some of the same data, and you can go over here to the left, and you can see logs, great for debugging, and then monitoring, which is really nice, and events that happen, the terminal, and then the compose, and then Docker, so image, restart policy, user, interactive mode, environment variables, labels, and then devices. And you can see network and the host port and container port. And you can see storage and a bind. So if you go over here to overview, you go to this cog right here. You can go into the URL now. So description, URL, and then the target, and then security, monitoring, and setup. So you can pick different modes, and then use host, and then it'll be listening on this right here, 7200. And you can go to security and monitoring. You can see how many requests and resources, the events that happen, and any errors happen. So you can go in here and you can see more. So that's a little bit about the app settings. So when we installed the app in the Docker Compose, we had the host port at 8888, and then on the container port is 8080. Now, we want the URL to be the only accessible spot. So go here, and then we get to it, and that's going through the proxy. So we want to make this not publicly accessible, because right now, 8888, if you go to it, then you will be able to get to the UI, and same with the URL. So I'm going to go into view details right here. I'm going to go to network, and then I'm going to remove the host port completely. And then now we're going to update the ports. Now if I go back to Serve Apps, you can see it's not exposed anymore. So, but the URL still works. So we secured it a bit more, and we removed the host port. So now I'm going to go to the UI. So you can go to it from here, or you can go in the Serve Apps and you can go to it from here. And now you go to it, so you can see your running containers over here. You can search and go to the logs, a server, and you can also use Command K, and you can put these side by side, so you can see the Cosmos server over here, and you can see the Dozzle over here, and you can change that to Mongo. You can exit out of here. You can go back into the logs, and you can clear, download, search, and you can change to streams. You can see the memory usage right here, the load. You can see the Docker image. You can star it, and now it's pinned over here. You can also go into the settings over here, and you can see the settings. You can enable searching with Dozzle using Command F, show stopped containers, and automatically redirect to new containers with the same name. So that's a little about Dozzle. So I just went over step by step on getting Dozzle working on Cosmos Cloud using BigBearCosmos, a third-party app store. So if you like this tutorial, subscribe, comment, like, and support the channel. And if you have any video suggestions or any community support, you can go down the Big Bear community and join our forum. There's a link in the YouTube description. So stay tuned for more.